Good morning students. I welcome all of you in this session of English language. Students, we started the second lesson on to the summit. We reached the top. Today in this session we are going to continue the same lesson. In the earlier session we saw that Tenzing along with Edmund Hillary left Camp 9 on Friday morning. He was fully determined to get to the top, to get to the peak of the mountain. He was not afraid on that day because anyhow in any condition Tenzing wanted to achieve his dream, to achieve his target. Tenzing also says that there were 3 flags in his pocket. Colonel Hunt had given him 3 flags at Camp 4, but Tenzing had also brought one more flag with him, that is the Indian flag. So when Tenzing informs Colonel Hunt about the Indian flag, so what was the reaction of Colonel Hunt? So as soon as Tenzing informs Colonel Hunt about Indian flag, Colonel Hunt was happy, glad to know that Tenzing had brought the Indian flag with him. So this is what we discussed. Today we are going to continue the next paragraphs from the same lesson. Students, you look at page number 17. I read the next paragraph. I will also explain the paragraph. After 1 hour of steady going, we cut across from the south face and started off the west side, where we had to pass up a steep line of rocks. So, for 1 hour, they were going steadily. Steady means fixed position or firm. So for 1 hour they walk, they climb with steady speed, with firm speed, and crossed the south face and began to go to the west side, where we had to pass up a steep line of rocks. Steep means the slope that proceeds upward. So when they crossed the south face and started to go to the west side, where they had to face the steep line of the rocks. So it means that when they started their journey, when they started their expedition to the west direction, so there was a steep line of rocks, and that was very challenging for Tenzing and Edmund Hillary. This was slow and difficult. So as there was a steep line of rocks, so obviously their speed was slow and difficult. Once we had cleared this, there was nothing barring our way to top but a snow-covered incline, sloping less and less as it neared the top. So, after facing the steep line of rocks, and when they cleared all these things, there was nothing difficult, there was nothing barring. So let us look at the word barring. Barring means to bar, means to obstruct, to prohibit. So there was one snow-covered incline. So apart from snow-covered incline means slope. So apart from snow-covered incline, there was nothing difficult, there was nothing challengeable for Tenzing and Edmund Hillary. So when they were coming nearer to the top, apart from snow-covered incline, it was easy, everything was easy for Tenzing and Edmund Hillary. Let us move to the next paragraph. These last 60 or 70 feet of the top were not very dangerous. When Tenzing and Edmund Hillary were 60 or 70 feet away from the top or peak of the mountain, there was nothing dangerous. Imagine Tenzing and Edmund Hillary were 60 or 70 feet away from the peak of the mountain. In between this distance, 60 or 70 feet, it was easy for both of them to get to the top, to get to the peak of the mountain. But we kept up the same steady pace when both of them, Tenzing and Hillary, were 60 or 70 feet away from the top. The distance between both Tenzing and Edmund Hillary was same. And we reached the small flattened summit almost together. Summit, the highest point, the peak of the mountain. And this is how, after facing a little bit obstacles, they finally reached to the summit, to the highest point of the mountain together. During the last 50 feet, let us move to the next paragraph. During the last 50 feet from the peak, Hillary and I were moving about 20 feet apart. See, in the previous paragraph, Tenzing describes the situation when they were 60 or 70 feet away from the peak of the mountain. Now in this paragraph, Tenzing describes the situation, the condition when they were 50 feet away from the peak, from the summit, from the top of the mountain. What was the situation when Tenzing and Edmund Hillary were 50 feet away from the peak? Hillary and I were moving about 20 feet apart. So the distance between Tenzing and Edmund Hillary was not more than 20 feet. So they were 20 feet apart from each other. We were tied together with a rope. In mountaineering, we need some equipments to be successful in the expedition. Rope is one of the equipments the mountaineers carry with them, isn't it? Both the mountaineers were tied with rope. Most of the time, the rope was loose. So when they were climbing, so at that time, the rope with which both were tied used to be loose. But when we went over dangerous ground, we drew it down. Now, let us move to the next paragraph. This rope was a symbol. It tied us together. So, though they were tied with rope together, but the rope plays very vital role in this expedition. So, rope is symbolic here. It is the symbol of togetherness. It is the symbol of together efforts. It is the symbol of unity. One could not move without the other. So in this way, because of the rope, due to the rope, one could not move ahead without other. So the expedition succeed, the expedition was successful only because of the togetherness. We were not two individuals but a team. So this sentence implies that we were not two individuals but the team. So as we know that if the people working in the team are together, so definitely they succeed in their expedition. And therefore, though in this expedition there were only two persons, Tenzing and Edmund Hillary, but both were like a team. I have been asked many times who was first. When we were within reach of summit, I did not think of who was going to be first. After achieving the success in this expedition, Tenzing tells us he has been asked many times when they get to the top, when they reached to the summit, people asked him who was first to get to the top of the mountain. The answer is, I did not think of who was going to be first. So according to Tenzing, who reached first is not important. I am sure that Hillary was not thinking that. As I think, getting to the top of the mountain first is not important. And even according to Tenzing, Hillary might not be thinking in this way. Who reached first on the top of the mountain? Climbing takes all your attention. The thoughts like these have no importance in the expedition. What is important? The total focus, the total concentration of the mountaineers is on climbing. You have many more important worries. Who is going first? Who reached first on the top of the mountain is not important. There are many things which are very important, which are very significant in the mountaineering. What does it matter whether I reached the top first or Hillary? See, what does Tenzing say? It doesn't matter who reached first on the top of the mountain, myself or Hillary. Our main thought was that both of us reached the top. The important thing was that we both reached on the top of the mountain. We had to, and in any situation, any condition, both of them wanted to reach on the top of the mountain. One couldn't do it alone. It's a teamwork. One cannot go ahead without the help of other person. This way, if, let us move to the next paragraph. If there had been a difference of 1,000 feet between us. See, what does Tenzing say? When people asked him who was first, who reached first on the top of the mountain. What is the reaction? What is the reply of the Tenzing? If there had been a difference of 1,000 feet between us, then one could make the claim that he was first. Tenzing is right. If there used to be the difference of 1000 feet, the distance of 1000 feet between Tenzing and Hillary, then only one can claim that I was first or he was first. If the distance between both the persons was not more than 20 feet, so how can one of these two persons claim that I was first or he was first? So it is impossible. Both the persons reached the top of the mountain same time. But even then, only the man behind him could confirm the distance between the two of them. According to the Tenzing, the man who is behind can only confirm what is the distance exactly between both the persons. This is how we have discussed the paragraphs from page number 17. So I hope you must have understood these paragraphs from page number 17. So we will continue the rest of the part of this lesson in the next session. I conclude my lecture here. I stop here. Thank you.